my Olympic experience with you was in London in 2012.
Yeah.
And getting to watch you swim and get your bronze, watching your reaction, I mean, that was gold for you. Like, it really seemed like you were, like, that was huge for you to be able to be, and you were so excited, you were so proud, and I just remember having so much pride in you of your entire career and what you were still accomplishing. So walk us a little bit through London, because as Katie said, I mean, even back in 04, 08, like you'd been a leader of the national team for so long, and now here you are continuing to share your wisdom, your knowledge, but also your humor. I mean, that's a part of it you bring that. I mean, one of my favorite moments of the whole Call Me Maybe video from London is you doing your underwater dancing, because it's just like so
Still
you.
got it.
It's so you. And that's who you are. Like, that's the energy you bring to the teams that you're on. And then to go out and have you win that medal, walk us through what London was like.
It's my favorite medal.
Yeah.
And so I tell a lot, no one's ever touched it. It's mine.
No one's touched it?
It's mine.
What about your girls? No.
I'm the only person that has ever touched the bronze medal. And here's why, and there's a big story behind this, is like I took 2 years off. I took 2009 and 2010 off. I was burned out. I remember leaving all of my equipment bag, everything in Beijing. And I stepped away from the sport. The mental side of it was really hard. I had a lot of things in the back burner. Obviously, I was about to marry way up with my wife, and there was just a lot of things in life that I really wanted to do. And so once I kind of got those things in line, I remember honestly cleaning the house and looking at the TV and seeing the NBC, and we were all on that, right? Like that NBC highlight reel for Olympic Games. And I looked at my wife and she's like, oh gosh, that look. She's like, call Eddie Reese, go to practice. It was inevitable at that point, guys. And so I say that in that aspect, and I'll keep a really long story short, but I walked on the University of Texas pool deck on Monday morning and was like, hey, Eddie, I'm coming back. I'm going to swim. And he was just like, yeah, no, you're not. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I got 4 guys in the water right now that can beat you. Like, you don't have enough time to get ready. And so that's when, and I was like, I immediately did again, ego check is where I grow, right? And so I'm like, interesting. And so I walked in the locker room and was just like, no. And I walked back out and I go, what lane do you want me in? And I think he was checking me to immediately before I made it a show and anything else he wanted to see. And he was like, you can go over lane 7. And so I went over to lane 7 and I was just like, okay, just be better today than you were yesterday. And you talk about perspective. I think at that point, taking 2 years off, my perspective completely changed. I had so much fun in workout. I was loving the heart rate threshold stuff. I was really getting into it. I was like, man, this is a privilege to be here and be in the water with these guys. And so I really enjoyed the process leading up to that. But that was the biggest moment for me where I learned that if you want to do something, you have to believe it before anybody else. And the thing is a lot of people are either, especially this day and age, are so scared to start. And if they're waiting for somebody else to tell them they can do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I have basically a father figure in Eddie Reese. The first moment I was like, surely Eddie Reese is going to tell me that I can do this.
Encouragement.
Yeah, and I walk over and he's like, nah, go home. What are you doing here? You just wasted $15 in the parking garage. I'm like, oh my gosh, dang it, you know. And then you flash forward to the games. I'm the first final of the night, second night of the Olympic Games, and I asked our high performance team. I said, has anybody ever on our team ever medaled out of lane 8? And they said no. And at that moment, that was my leverage. I was like, okay, they're not going to see me out there. You can see the pool behind me. We have lane 0 and lane 10, so there's an open lane next to me. So I had clear water, and so my strategy was just to use that clear water, and then just make sure that when I turned at the 50, that I was in front of the guy next to me. Kazuka Kitajima. It was awesome. And so the moment where I was like, I got really fired up about the race was the team meeting behind time. So I'm the team captain of the team. I go in there and I said, hey guys, listen. It was mostly the men in there, but I just said, guys, I'm the first race of the night. And here's my mentality going into this is, one, I'm the last person to walk out of the call room. So my mindset is this: the last person that they're going to hear is my name. So they're going to hear Brendan Hansen of the United States of America. And so I said, my thought process is I'm already in your head. Like the last thing you hear. And so I told the team, I said, I can't guarantee that I'm going to medal, but they're going to remember racing the guy in lane 8. I was like, and that's all we can ever do, right? Like, that's what I try to tell people is like, you can't control little kids, adults. You can never control what everybody else is doing around you, but you can control your effort, your energy, and the people that you impact. I never knew it was going to happen. I was like 4th or 5th with the 15 meters to go, and I just willed it, and I touched the wall and saw the bronze and light up, and I'll get teary-eyed. But it was awesome.